Good morning, everyone. Scott Earhart here with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Thank you all very much for taking the time to join us this morning. Really do appreciate it. Going to look at one of our more successful marketing programs today, Retirement Boss Radio. And in order to take a deeper dive into that, we will be joined here shortly by the creator of Retirement Boss Radio, one of our top producers, Mr. Dave Pimper. Before we hand it over to Dave, I'm going to go through a few housekeeping items, a couple introductory slides, and then we'll get into the meat and potatoes of today's presentation. So with that, let's get started, and I'll jump into the housekeeping items first. Probably the most important thing you'll hear come out of my mouth today is in the top right-hand corner of your screen. That's our phone number, 800-255-5055. If there's anything we can do to help you in your life, annuity, even assets under management aspect of your practice, don't hesitate to give us a call. We'd certainly love to be chatting with you and see what we can do to help. Second housekeeping item, polling questions. Throughout the presentation today, I will launch 3 polling questions, simple yes or no answers. Helps us to gauge what we can do to help you. So if you would please take the time to participate in those, I'd certainly appreciate that. And then final housekeeping item are going to be questions. So this is a relatively short presentation. Dave usually takes about 20 minutes, 30 minutes to present this. I'm sure there'll be questions about the program. Feel free to type those into the questions box. Dave will do the best that he can to answer those while we're live and in session. If we don't get it answered in session, Brady from IAMS will be following up with you. He can get them answered, or we'll get you connected with Dave as well to make sure you are absolutely clear on how Retirement Boss Radio functions. With that, get into the introductory slides here. Going to start with new producer builders. This slide is geared towards anyone that is new to IAMS, or if this is your first introduction to us, you are eligible for this program. This is all based on your production within the first 180 days of being licensed with us. As you can see, all sorts of great options to cash in at, unique options inside of each level. We've got cash rewards, business building tools, personal perks, all available to you. So if you have any questions on this, get with your sales director here. We can certainly show you where you're at, talk with you about what we can do to help you get over the top and get to that next level that you are looking for. IAMS business builders, definitely want to spend just a little bit of time on this, because all I'm going to talk about for probably the next 2.5 minutes is putting money back in your pocket. And we're going to start with the referred producer program. Our business here on the wholesale side of the industry, very, very similar to yours in the field, in that one of the best leads we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our clients or you, our valued producers. So we want to make it worth your while to do that. We will give you a $50 thank you check, buy you a nice lunch when you refer an individual to us and they pick up any license through IAMS. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referred producer writes business through IAMS, you are going to receive an override. You can see the percentage breakdown there. That's an ongoing deal. It doesn't affect anybody's commission. That is paid out of IAMS pocket. So just as a thank you for referring individuals to us. If you know of anyone that could benefit from doing business with us, please let us know. Feel free to type their information into the questions box. When Brady calls to follow up with you, let him know who they are. Or if it's easier, feel free to email that information to me, Scott, SCOTT, at IAMSinc.com. We'll certainly work to help you recruit that producer over to IAMS and get you on your way to earning some referred producer dollars. Below the referred producer program is our most popular program. That's our marketing reimbursement program. The reason why it's so popular is it's very lucrative. Basically, you can see the breakdown there. $200 every $10,000 in target premium, $100 every $100,000 in FIA premium. The reason why it's so popular and lucrative is we truly do consider this to be your money. So we're a little unique to our competition out there. We're not going to cap your marketing reimbursement account. We're not going to force you to roll it out on an annual basis or anything like that. You use it when it's good for you to use it. And then we also don't restrict you on vendors. If you're working with a vendor that's outside of our preferred vendors, we're not going to tell you no. We want you to continue that relationship. We just want to help you grow your business. So all we ask is that you send us an invoice or a receipt for your marketing expense. We'll cut you a check, hopefully same day, and help you to offset that cost. If you have questions on either program, please call your sales director here at the office. We'll pick up the phone and get any questions answered for you. We'd love to have those conversations with you. Back office support. Every time I do the introduction, this is my favorite slide because this is the core of who we are and how we were founded 35 years ago. We help the independent producers save time by helping them work smarter, not harder. And we're going to do that with great business building tools and resources. You've seen me highlight just at a high level some of the many programs that we offer here. Of course, we're going to be here for case design assistance and life and annuity quotes, and we're going to make a 24-hour guarantee on that design. I've heard horror stories of our competition where you're not getting the illustrations or the case design you need for 2-3 days. That's not going to happen here. We're committed to getting you what you need when you need it to help you close business. Forms at your fingertips. Many forms are accessible at our website, IAMSinc.com. We do appoint all of our producers direct to carrier. So many of you will be able to access the carrier sites for forms, or you can call us at 800-255-5055 and we'll get those forms out to you. Either mail them out to you, email them out to you, whatever's best for you. We will get you the proper forms. Submission to commission support. This is the big separator for IAMS and for what makes us so unique in our industry. We've got 2 dedicated teams for your business. They will scrub apps, submit apps, track the app, notify you on any updates, help you get from submission to commission significantly faster. Amber Williams heads up our annuity team, and she just does a great job. I'd challenge you, if you have never used the IAMS new business teams for your business, submit your next app through us. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how much quicker you'll be commissioned, how much quicker that policy will be issued and in your client's hands, and there's no cost to it. Below that, top sales expertise and coaching. I believe we've just been joined by one of our sales coaches. Mr. Pimper, can you hear us?
I can. Scott, how are you doing?
I'm great, man. Great segue. You jumped in right at the right time when I get to say top sales expertise and coaching. So one of our best sales coaches, Dave Pimper, is on the line with us. I'll get it turned over to him here in just a second.
That's
and then
great.
last bullet point here, guys, paperless contracting. We are on the Sure LC platform. Basically, that means if you are as old as Dave or I, you remember the hand cramps from filling out individual licensing. That's done. That's over with. One form and you're done. Let us know if you have any questions on that. Firelight e-app portal available to you at IAMSinc.com. We are seeing more and more Firelight usage, more e-app usage, both on the annuity and life side. I'd tell you to get familiar with Firelight. It's get familiar with the e-app process. It is definitely the wave, and the wave that's coming quickly of the future. Creative department, definitely want to make sure I mention these guys and gals. Many of you that were on this call were more than likely on our Ascend meeting or have gone out and taken a look at the IAMS Ascend, our virtual kickoff meeting. Just the reason I bring that up is our creative team designed every single thing in there. We've got a lot of expertise here. Not only do they help us design things internally, they're here for our advisors to help you market yourself and your practice. So if you'd like to learn more about what the creative team can do for you, can do for your marketing, give your sales director a call, talk through what your needs are. We'll get you connected with somebody on the creative team and get that all set up for you. I've mentioned it a few times here, IAMSinc.com, our website. If you're not registered on it, I believe most everybody on the call is probably registered, but if you're not, as soon as Dave is finished, go to IAMSinc.com and create a login. We got a lot of great stuff out there for you, a lot of great tools to help you grow your sales that you can access just by registering for IAMSinc.com. Retirement Analyzer. Great tool for our advisors. We are in a heightened regulatory environment now. I mean, just all sorts of things happening out there. I'm sure you've seen our presentations. Chris Conroy, our general counsel and executive vice president, does a great job of making sure our producers are aware of what regulatory changes are happening, what's proposed, what's going on there. Retirement analyzers is a great way for you to be compliant with the majority of regulations that are out there. It basically, I call it third grade long division. It helps you show your work and why you made the recommendations that you made. Also, I like Retirement Analyzer because I think it's a great closing tool. A lot of our top producers use it, and it is really easy for the retail client to see exactly what their money, where their money is, what it's doing, and how much better they are if they implement your product or portfolio recommendation. So I definitely tell you, if you have not looked at Retirement Analyzer, give Marcus Solar in our office a call. He could certainly get you introduced to that. IAMS Wealth Management, our RIA. I'm going to launch our first poll here of the day. Ask you if you'd like more information about our RIA. Doing a great job over there. Charles R. Hiring heads that up. Bunch of growth. They just actually got back from a compliance meeting with a few of the new IARs that have logged in. So really a lot of momentum there. I think you'll be really pleasantly surprised with what they have to offer as far as technology, fee structure, overall portfolio offerings. So with that, thank you all for participating in the poll there. If you clicked yes, you're going to receive an automated email with some details and a call from Duncan Smith on the IAMS Wealth team just to kind of walk you through what's available there. And if you do have any questions between now and the time that Duncan reaches out to you, don't hesitate to let us know. Still qualifying for the Top Producers Summit. Very excited about this. You've got 5 months left to qualify now. Mediterranean cruise, 4.5 million credits to qualify. If you want to know where you stand, if you want to break down on anything, let us know. Really looking forward to having everybody there. It's going to be our largest Top Producer Summit of all time, probably our most unique Top Producer Summit of all time. So really looking forward to that. Oh, Dave, I get to launch it. So second question. This is the first webinar we've gotten to discuss this. We have set our dates for our first live and in-person Life and Annuity Academy of 2022. April 4, 5, 6, I believe, are the dates. Actually, let me check that, get my phone out. Lord knows I don't want to give you all the wrong dates, and not that I would ever do. Nope, I lied. April 6th, 7th, 8th. Sorry about that, everybody. 6th, 7th, and 8th, we will be partnering with North American Life and Annuity. We will be at their home office. Their brand new home office will actually be the very first group to see that office. They're going to be a great opportunity. Dave has been a great partner to us for, I don't know, Dave, what, a decade now for our Life and Annuity Academies.
Yeah, it's probably been 14 years.
Yeah. It's. I would tell you, if you've never attended one, click yes. You're going to want to. It's not. We're not going to give you the product roadshow. We're going to help you walk away with new techniques, new ideas in sales and marketing. Is what it's about. So really great opportunity there. Going to have a full room. We've got 40 seats available. That's it for this one. For social distancing regulations, things like that. So if it's of interest, click yes. Mr. Pimper, anything you want to add before I run through just a couple more quick slides and hand it off to you academy-wise?
No, that's kind of exciting about North America. I know that's a brand new building. What town is that in? Where are they located at?
West Des Moines. It is. You cool. can see the other carriers right from their balcony.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and so is it a brand new building or is it a redo?
No, it is a brand new building. I was there 6 months ago for some meetings. It is. I mean, it is state of the art. It is really
that's cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, neat. No, we're looking forward to for hopefully gearing up for that one and giving people great ideas how to market.
Absolutely. All right, shameless plug here, everyone. If you're not following us on social media, please throw us a like, connect with us on LinkedIn. We put a lot of really good information out on social media. Makes it really easy for you to access. And whether we like it or not, if we've got important announcements, things like that, that's usually the fastest way to access them. So definitely try and connect with us on our social media platforms. We'd love to be connected with you all. All right, Mr. Pimper, you want control of this bad boy?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
and just to let you know, this is not a long webinar, and I apologize for my voice. I've got some bug in it this morning, a little bit of a frog in my throat, so just kind of bear with me on that. But if you got to give me the controls, and Scott, this is only going to be this is about a 15-minute webinar, so this is a very short, to the point. And the people who are on, we've got a good sum of folks with us today. And I'll just tell you that radio's not for everybody. I'm a big marketer. Two of my main marketing plannings are with seminar marketing, which I do a lot around Social Security claiming, and then with Retirement Boss Radio, which I brought together, and I market that solely through insurance agency marketing services. It's a proprietary type of radio show, but there's a big difference of putting in advertising on radio and being your own radio host. Big difference. So you got to ask yourself, why radio? And I will tell you this: believe it or not, but radio reaches more Americans than any other platform, including your cell phone, personal computer, TV connected devices. Is that wild? But lots of people listen to radio. 61 is the average median age, because I work with the pre-retired and just retired. That's the perfect age. It reaches an upscale listener. Basically 93% of the household incomes earn $75,000 or above, and it really does solidify you as the expert. And talk radio's hot, 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 hot. So who's on it? Well, Rush Limbaugh is deceased now, but he was really kind of one of the pioneers of conservative talk radio. But Glenn Beck, Kim Commando, Dave Ramsey, and they're on it because they're making money. It's the bottom line. So we went in about 3.5 years ago, or I did, and I went through the process of copywriting Retirement Boss Radio and trademark to take charge of your money. And so no one else can use that, and we're branding that throughout the U.S. A lot of places are still open, of course, but we've got an array of advisors that are working with us right now and doing a very, very good job. So let me just go in, and I'll just kind of ad-lib this a little bit about how the breakdown of this works. First of all, it's a recorded show. And why I think that's extremely important is you don't have to go and lug all your stuff to the radio station every single week. I did that for 11 years in a radio show called Your Money Matters. And every Saturday morning at 7:45 a.m., I was on until 8:30 for 45 minutes, and completely different when you're recording the show. So this is a recorded show. It's an hour. So you buy an hour of radio time, but interestingly enough, you only record for half an hour. We pick up a second show on the second half of the recording. So what happens is you only got cost for half an hour production instead of an hour, which also saves us money. So what you have to have, what you got to buy up front, and you can get it from Amazon. We give you a link for it, but it is a professional radio mic, professional radio headphones, and then we supply a link for yourself, and the link is what allows you to be with your co-host. We have a co-host. He's a color guy, Steve, and he just really keeps the show going. We have show notes from the production firm, so you don't read those, but I redo those show notes, and they're in, kind of in bullet point form, so they're easy to follow. So first thing you got to do, the biggest cost of radio is the airtime. You got to find either the one or two top AM radio station in your area, just depending. And that radio time, we got to make sure that we've got the right station at the right time at the right pricing. If one of those is way out of order, then it doesn't work. So we have a national media buyer who's extremely good, very competitive at what they do. There's normally 10 to 15 radio spots during the week that promote your show and promote you. You know, Dave Temper with Retirement Boss Radio. So it really is a great branding technique for your firm and for yourself. Then there's the production firm. You know, they have a co-host. They supply the show notes, which I redo and get out to you every single week. And you can, of course, those show notes are a guide. You can vary. If you do more life insurance business, you talk a little bit more life insurance. If you do more maybe more Medicare business, you talk a little bit more Medicare or more fixed index. You can kind of roll with those punches, and you've got some freedom. But we don't want you to read those show notes. Those are show notes that are for you to follow as a guide. But they take the show, edit out all the bloopers, any mistakes, get it to the exact time of an hour, and then they put it in the can and get it to the radio station. Then, because it's recorded and not live, people do call in and they think it's a live show, but they do get a live inbound high-touch call center. And this was extremely hard to find. I went through several before I found one that really, really works well. But they're very, very good. I line test it every other week probably to make sure they're answering in a very promptly time span. But they actually are hooked up with you with an electronic calendar. They can't see your appointments, but they can see the blocked out time, and they set the appointment on your calendar, which is just beautiful. So they come by email, and I get email on my phone. If I'm out golfing on Sunday, my show's at 12 o'clock to 1. Yeah, it's just kind of like Christmas every Sunday. All of a sudden, here comes all those calls in for Retirement Boss Radio for appointment times. Our goal on this is to get 10 or more appointments per week. If we can get 10 or more appointments per week, we're very, very happy. I've averaged more than that, but that's what our goal is. And the cost, all-in cost, $3,000 to $4,000 to be on the radio, on the top radio stations in your area for over an hour. I'm telling you what, and I coach too. The next step there is I help coach you up on the radio show. It's a turnkey. It's an A through Z turnkey. Here's what you get like from the email. Heard on KFAB, which is in Omaha, a scheduled appointment. This is back a couple years ago, 3/5 of 19, so almost 3 years ago. Turning 59 soon, hasn't settled on someone yet. He has a 401k that is 7-figured. Also had questions about Social Security. Social Security, I coach you up on Social Security at no extra charge. IAMS pays me to do that because about a third of all of the appointments gear around Social Security. So you learn Social Security also, which is pretty cool. If you have any questions, type them on in. And we're going to be done here shortly. But if you go to retirementbossradio.com, www.retirementbossradio.com, that is our website. We update on there our recordings every single week. We update those. I use the recordings on my phone for background music. Yeah, they hear Dave Temper in Retirement Boss Radio. We get as much play out of it as we possibly can. Being on the radio is like television. It really gives you star power. So as I said before, and then Scott, are you there? Hopefully he is, or he'll be back shortly.
I'm here, buddy.
Scott,
I wouldn't have believed.
Yeah, okay, good. So we'll be jumping on and opening up this poll in a second, but cost, somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 is the normal all-in cost per month. Pretty darn reasonable for what you get, and you get hand-holding and coaching from myself. Locations are available, not all, but most are. Training for myself. It's studio in a box. You have to buy it. It's about $225 worth of professional studio equipment that's yours to keep. But that's really your only upfront cost. And all the components. I mean, even people who are average, by the time that our production firm gets done with them, they sound pretty good, pretty darn good. And the result is we want to make you profitable. We want to get you lots of profitable appointments. So Al Jolson's an old actor. He says, "I'd like to do radio just like pictures. Leave the imperfect stuff on the cutting room floor." You can now. The imperfect stuff you can leave on the cutting room floor because it's recorded. They can go in and they can cut it out and take out any of the bloopers or the mistakes, and that makes it very, very nice. So one of the last things, and then Scott, you can put the poll up after this, and the poll is just if you'd like to talk to me about radio, see how maybe it could be a marketing tool, in your repertoire, in your program, to be able to get in front of qualified prospects. But there's no saying. It says procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. You know what? Tomorrow never comes. If you heard something today in the last, 10, 15, 20 minutes that you thought, hey, I'd like to talk to Dave Pimper on that. This is not a big sell job at all. My job is I want you to be successful through different arrays of marketing, but for the right person, radio, I mean, it's been great for Dave Pimper. I mean, I've put millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in because of my radio marketing. And it's just a turnkey system of mine. But if you'd like to get information, just mark yes, and Brady Pelzer will give you a call, and we'll get on my calendar and your calendar, and it stays pretty full. But I'd love to talk with you 15, 20 minutes of kind of get an idea of what you're doing now and maybe how radio could play a vital impact on your business going forward in 2022. So Scott, I'm going to turn this over to you. See if there's any last questions, and then we'll kind of finish up the webinar.
Absolutely, buddy. I did have one question come in that I think we want to address. Does the show change week to week? I mean,
Yep,
it
week to
basically,
week,
yep.
every
That
week.
just wanted to make sure we're clear on that. You record new content, half-hour content that gets overlaid. Works out pretty well. Dave's production, reflects that. Other individuals that we have working in this reflect that as well. So it's pretty. I was amazed when Dave brought this to us, at how easy it can be to record super high end radio programming. So
Right.
he really did a great job of thinking it through. And his words of turnkey, he's absolutely correct on that. You don't have to spend a lot of time
Oh,
tinkering with it. It's pretty easy to do. So Dave, I know your voice is hurting. Thank you for powering through for us
oh,
here
you
today,
bet.
buddy. Anything you want to address with the group before we wrap her up?
I think when you talk about seminar marketing, that is not intimidating. Most people have either done a seminar, they could be afraid of talking in front of a group, but most of the time that's pretty easy. Radio, it's like, oh boy, first of all, it's going to be so expensive. Well, if you could get on the radio on a major AM station in your area for $3,000 a month, I mean that you're talking about 4 to 5 hours that they're listening to you, like Rush Limbaugh or Sean Hannity. That's powerful. I'll tell you right now, we make it pretty simple. We turnkey it. We make it pretty simple. I coach you through it. I critique your shows. Certainly, trying to really put you on a path where you can be the most successful. So we're going to keep that poll up just for a little bit longer till we close here. But if you want to mark yes, that's great. We'll talk, give you some insight, and just see where it goes from there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd encourage everybody, do click yes. I mean, it doesn't cost you anything more than 15, 20 minutes of your time to sit down, talk with Dave. And I've been on those calls with Dave. There's absolutely no pressure. If radio's not a fit for you, radio's not a fit for you. But if you want to kick the tires and see if it's an avenue you may want to explore and maybe good for your business, absolutely. Click yes, schedule that appointment. 15, 20 minutes, and you're going to walk away either thinking that we can implement radio, or help you implement radio, or understand that we need to look at some other marketing avenues to help you grow your business. But definitely worth your time. With that, I want to thank everybody for spending some time with us here today. Know that 30 minutes where you're not actively marketing and selling is 30 minutes where you're not making money. So we greatly appreciate it. So go out, have a great sales day. Mr. Pimper, thank you, of course. And the final word is yours, sir.
Yeah, we love production. And how do we go and increase production? By getting new ideas. Certainly, give me a when Brady talks to you, let's set up a time and let's talk and let's see if I can go and get you on a strong marketing path for 2022.
Hey, thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye.